another video about how we analyze the market. Today's video is slightly different because I like to start with a blank chart and I like to explain to you how I analyze the market. I already told you that I start with fundamental analysis. It means we measure insiders, but I'm not able to show it here in TradingView. So work with an information that insiders increase their positions, their long positions. Look what's really interesting. We went higher above this major high and insiders increase their long positions. That's very interesting. So they believe that the prices will go higher. Okay, so for me, if I see insiders that they are buying or heavy selling the market, that's the first step to put this market into my watch list. So that's the reason why I continued with analysis in TAL trade, because I saw fundamental foundations behind this trade. So now I'll switch to price action analysis. I always try to draw a trend lines, but in this case you can see that we are too far from a trend line. Maybe there is some minor trend line here, but I think it's really useless to draw these types of trend lines. It's much better to connect points that are far away or the distance is very big between those 2 points. Look, for example, here there was a rejection and there was a rejection, but we are far from trend line, so forget about it. But what's really interesting, we have some value area for almost 3 years, this value area. Okay, and market went above the value area, and this was the major high, and this is very strong support level. And look what happened, market stopped at the support level here, because maybe you have a question why it's major high. It's a high that has lower highs on both sides, so that's a major high for me. Okay, the market stopped there, so very good information. We have higher prices, we have very strong support, we are at the edge of some let's say value area for 3 years. Insiders are heavy buyers. Very good setup for me. If you look at the volume profile on the left side, we can find zones there, low volume nodes. Nobody wanted to enter the trade there. Okay, so I draw some low volume nodes there. This is a major one, this is a minor one. So for the minor zones, I need a confirmation on a daily chart. I'll show it to you why I enter this trade. But we have a low volume nodes, nobody wanted to take the trade. So again, we have fundamentals, we have edge of a trading range for 3 years, we have major high, we have zones. So we will switch daily chart and we will find an entry. This was my yesterday's entry point, and maybe you have a question why I entered this trade before or below this trend line. This is a minor trend line, because imagine that my entry would be here, but I really want to have my stop loss behind this major low. Why? Because this low has higher lows on both sides, so that's a major low. So if we break this low, we will go lower till the trend line. Okay, there's a big possibility that we will hit a trend line. So for me, this is my catastrophic stop loss. But to have a reasonable risk reward ratio, it was very good to open trade here. Yes, it's a little bit risky, but in that level above the trend line, it's a nonsense trade if we want to have our stop loss in a safe zone. Why in a safe zone? Look at the volume profile on the left side. Our stop loss is behind the wall, behind this high volume node. So that's the reason why I entered the trade here. Okay, so what are the parameters of this trade? 51.74 entry price, 67.01 was profit target or is profit target, and stop loss is 44 behind the wall. Okay, so We'll switch to daily chart and I'll show you one more interesting thing. On the left side, we have TAL, our market, and on the right side, we have SPI market, the stock market. Look what's really interesting. On the first side, you can see that SPI collapsed, I don't know, from 340 to 230, but this market didn't fall much, okay? So that's really interesting. This market has more power than the whole stock market. So for me, it's very good information that we will go higher because we see some confidence in this market. Confidence the insiders are confident in this trade. So they believe the prices will go higher. So they stopped the short move because they were increasing their positions, their long position, and they stopped the market at a very nice support resistance level. So if we compare it, that's really interesting because market is going higher, we see some retracement, and this market has tendency to go higher because it didn't fall too much. So that's TAL trade. Thank you for watching this video. It was slightly different. I wanted to show you how we do analysis, or how I do analysis during the weekend, and how I prepare my thoughts for tickers that are in my watch list. Thank you guys for watching and have a nice day. Bye.